Welcome back, viewers. Been off for a while. Just got back to the farm. There's been a few changes, but first I'll explain my absence. Had to go and get some pins and screws taken out of my legs, part of my rehabilitation, and I've had an operation on my shoulder. So at the moment I'm feeling quite poorly, but I'm going okay, and yeah, it'll all come good. Hopefully that's the end of any ops or anything I've got to have. But while I was gone, Oleg and his sister have turned up, and I sort of mentioned, how we could probably do better if we had a bit more land and joined a few fields and bought a few things, and didn't get everything on my wish list, but he said more or less it's up to me to sort of get those things and earn money for them, because they don't have endless supplies of money, or at least I think he might. I don't know what he does for money, as I said. Could be a gangster for all I know, but his sister doesn't have endless supplies of money. But what they have done is bought this here, which is a fancy new grass dryer, which, believe it or not, turns grass into hay. So there's no need for tedding and windrowing and all the rest of it. You just put it in here and away you go. You get hay. It's a fantastic idea. Another thing that they've done is down there you can see the tractor in the foreground going back and forwards, actually planting oats at the moment, I believe. Those two fields there, I think they're 4 and 5, have been joined together, and they've also purchased, I think it's field 8, which is over the one that we had out the other side past the cows in the silo, and they've been joined as well. So we've now got, we've only acquired one field, but with them being joint, they're now bigger areas, which is less fiddly. So yeah, it's I think it's going to work out pretty good. Make it a lot easier. We just got to get some money together to buy some larger equipment, so it doesn't take all day. So at the moment, I think we're running a 3 metre seeder, which is, takes a fair while. But we'll get rid of this grass, and then I think we'll plough this back through, and we might plant some crops on here. At the moment I seem to be going for a lot of oats, because I can plant oats early in the season and then plant canola or wheat or barley at the end of the season. I do believe that the new field has got barley already on it, which is good. I think it gets harvested in around about June, July, so that'll give us a bit of barley, which we can use for chickens, or we can look into some sort of production with it, see how much it's worth. But here we are, planting our oats. And you can't really see from this angle, but this field's quite a, you can see a little bit on the left there. It's not any bigger. Well, it is a little bit, but it's two joint together, which is, we're going to buy a few more fields and try joining them up and just make it, not as fiddly. But anyway, so yeah, everything's going well. We've got, also there's a few pigs turned up. Now there's a black and a white one, and I doubt very much if it's Dolores and Frank, but you never know. I'll have to, next time I see Oleg, I'll have to ask him. But there was a black and white one and a couple of little piglets in there. So the pigs are on their way, so I'll have to keep the food up to them. I'll probably have to buy it for the time being. There is a pig food mixer, but it takes a lot of chaff, which, you can mix hay and grass, I think, in a forage wagon, like a forage feed bin, and get chaff. But I think it's easier if you plant a large cornfield and hire a forage harvester. We'll go over and see how we're going here. We'll get this made. So that's been done, and here we are now. We're ploughing. I think this is field 6 back, so we can plant it. So we'll get into this and get them all planted, get them all harvested. Then we might go with, I don't know, we'll go with a big crop, maybe a cash crop or something we can make production out of. See what comes along. But yeah, it's good the way they've set it up is smart, because you can't can't have 2 crops in one season. You can if you wait to plant the oats at the start and then do the canola, but then you've got to go all the way through to July, August to do the canola again. So every once in a while, if you want to wait a while, you can get 2 crops, but what's the difference? 1 a year or wait a year and get 2? I think it's all the same. Works out at 1 a year more or less. Yeah, going past the farmer's market here, we've sold a few eggs there in the past, and a little bit, I think it's mainly lettuce they buy a bit of lettuce. Talking about eggs, we'll have some to sell this time around. We've still got the eggs and the lettuce and the honey. Honey's not doing much, but we do only have the one set of hives, which I think contains 20 hives, which is not a great deal. So the plough's still going along well. Everything takes time. This is probably the biggest plough. I think there's a new plough that may be bigger, but this at 9 metres is the biggest plough that we have at the moment. Not much in the second hand shop. Yeah, we can sell that. Now with a grass dryer, we won't have to ted anymore. Keep the windrow. Well, I'd like to buy a bigger one. If you get a bigger one, you can it'll do 2 rows, possibly even 3. So you can pick your stuff up a bit easier with your forage wagon. So we're just flicking between things here. As you can see, everybody's working along, doing a good job. I'm just sort of hanging back in the office and more or less managing, which is more my style. So probably up and back. It's a shame it's not a little bit wider. We could get up, but up and back, and we'll have that done. That's what I mean about the planter with the bigger fields now. We're going to have to get something bigger, but that opens a whole can of worms. I think we're going to need more horsepower, which means a bigger tractor, which, if you're going to buy another tractor, you may as well go something 300 plus, and maybe in the 400 range, and for that you're looking at probably 300,000. We're a long way off that. But if we play our cards right, and I think the secret at the moment's in production stuff. We'll just check out how this is going here. You know what's happened there. I wonder why I was getting a little bit of money each night. It's because we've been selling the hay, not storing it. So that set us back a little bit. Oh well, what do? Can't get it back now. So we'll have to go and get some more grass and put in there to make hay. It's unfortunate because I think I had about 50 tonne in there, 50,000 litres. But we'll put another 50 in, and I think it's 1-to-1 ratio, which is pretty good. I hope you didn't catch the earlier episode. This trailer's now unreal capacity. Normally I'd just get a bigger trailer, but because this farm's so twisty and tight and turny, I thought, I think this holds a ridiculous amount now. 80,000 or something, but it's good for this tight little farm. As I said, normally I just buy a bigger trailer, get some more realism, but with a pokey little farm like this, you'd be lucky to get around with it. Yeah, lucky we got that grass, and where we spent a bit of time on the grass fields. Try this through here, see how we go. Nice job. Through there. good, these little paddocks. Just they're more or less built into the farm. You know, you can put your own production stuff on them. Animal pens or sheds or whatever tickles your fancy. There you go, that'll get that going again now. So that's good. Haven't checked in our honey for a while. I don't think there'll be that much there. So I'll drive around over to the new field, which I think is number 8. I'll have to give me some homework. I'll get these field numbers sorted. I think 7 on the left's got canola that we planted. See by the colour of it. And then on 8 we've got, this is barley that was on here when we bought it. As you can see, they've been straightened up around the edges, not perfectly, but it'll do. Just looking for our machine. So this guy's not full yet. Figure out what to do with our barley. Oh, I think it's only $100,000 a tonne. I know that. It's the cheapest thing in the game. Sell and buy, as in crop wise. Get the trailer, get it ready. Always manage when you can go left or right on the D-pad to pick your machines. There's always a short way and a long way. I seem to always pick the long way. Okay, here comes our first load of barley. It's got 4.9 or 4,900 litres, almost 5 tonne. So I'm probably thinking we'll get 15 or more out of this field. Just going on how far we've gone so far, that's not bad. $15,000, so we might look into what we can do with it. Sometimes you keep it for feed, you can, you know, it's the cheapest option for feed. If there's animals that eat it, you may as well give them barley. Oh, there's the pigs, so we'll just check this out here. See, as you can see, barley's not worth much at all. Maybe we can turn it into flour. Anyway, we'll check that in the next episode, because that's the end of this one. As always, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.